Hey guys, Shrimp John coming at you with another Awaken Chaos Era video. Today's video is going to be an update of what just dropped in the game. I hope you guys are getting excited. We now have new content. That's not just the storyline progression type content that we saw about a week ago. Now we have a fun little event, as you can see here, as it's scrolling above the bartender there. We have the Dawn Guard event. Now, today's video, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. We're kind of analyze it, see what kind of damage we can do, what kind of damage dealers that we need to do this. And also, we'll kind of talk about a few other things going on in the game. All right, so like I said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cover this Dawn Guard event. We're gonna talk about it as far as what to do with it. I also want to touch real quick that we have had quite a bit of content kind of drop, and I do apologize I haven't been on it. Unfortunately, my girlfriend's still admitted in the hospital. She's not gonna be out for another week. It's gonna be real rough when she does get out as well. So I'm gonna try to keep up on the videos. However, I'm noticing a lot of people reach out to me and they're like, hey, they're like, you know, people reach out to me, not about that, but they'll reach out and be like, I'm getting bored with the game, I don't know what to do. Well, I can tell you from experience, I've not played the game as much as I normally have for the last 3 days, and I'm massively behind. So if that should tell you anything, I mean, other than yes, timing did play a factor to this, but I mean, I haven't even touched Void Tower yet. Void Tower has not been touched. I have the Lost Sanctuary. I haven't done this treasure. Like, there's still a lot going on in the game I haven't even done, and I've only missed maybe a couple of days, and I feel like I'm so far behind, right? So people who are like, you know, I'm bored with the game, I just want to go ahead and reiterate and throw it out there to you guys really quickly before we cover this new content, that sometimes you just got to go a little slow. You don't want to burn yourself out on the game. Sometimes you just got to like stay in your lane. You slowly complete a segment, move on to the next segment. You know, maybe try out if there's a part of the game you don't like, see if there's a way for you to enjoy it. Maybe like Arena. I hate Arena, but I've been pushing it. I'm in Platinum 2, and I'm going to push up higher and higher as much as I can, because it's one of those things I should be playing in it a lot more than what I am right now. So with that being said, let's pull up this Dawn Guard and let's talk about it, because I think it's fun. I don't know if you guys were around back when we had the event where we had the one monster that we had to battle. It was a lot of fun. It was something, we got free rewards out of it. Like, you know, we get these quest rewards, which are pretty cool. These are guild related, it looks like. It does look like these are going to be guild driven, which is awesome. I love to see guild interactive things really, really impactful in games like this, right? Gacha games need that guild community involvement, so that way you have a reason to play the game and experience it with your team. Now, I am going to have to run this mythic battle here pretty quickly because as of recording this, it's 30 minutes to the end of the day. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play, but I want to pull up and explain this champion that we're going to be facing here, so that way you guys have a better understanding of what's going on. So one, let's talk about what this is. So Sacred Heart is a random status ups bonus each round, grants Sacred Heart 2 and 3 random stats bonuses each round after making 3 moves, grants Sacred Heart 3, so on and so forth. Essentially, we get a lot of buffs that get placed on the boss, affected by more than 4 positive effects at the start of the turn that deals true damage to all targets based on max health HP while ignoring all enemy positive effects. This attack deals more damage with the fewer enemies present. So this literally scales, and once the boss gets to 4 positive effects, you're hosed, right? That means he's doing true damage to you. Your health is just gonna plummet, and you're gonna go down really quickly. Next, we have grants an unremovable elemental power for one turn. If affected by fewer than 4 negative effects at the end of the turn, elemental power reduces damage taken by 50%. So what this means is you need to stack negative effects, right? So that way he doesn't have a 50% reduction, okay? So far we know we need to strip and we need to debuff. Sacred Shield Strike, deal damage to an enemy and applies no positive effects. Okay, so that he's gonna put on a debuff, so we need a cleanser. Holy Burst deals damage to all enemies, removes all their positive effects. So we need a lot of resist. Deals damage to all enemies, damage scales with the number of positive effects affecting this character. Okay, so damage dealing can be a lot, and it's gonna determine what we can do and what we can't do depending on how much positive effects he has, how many that we have, and essentially how many debuffs we have placed on them. So what this means is champions that can place debuffs are going to be super impactful. Strippers are going to be just super impactful. Let's go ahead, let's pull up the leaderboard, because I know I saw some squads that were pretty interesting and I wanted to explain why they're very good. So for example, this Edicris team here, which is the team that one of my teammates is using, this is a really good one because Edicris can strip, which is super impactful. Abaddon can prolong buffs as well, which are debuffs, which I think is why I brought him in there. I'm not entirely sure. Winstrix is great because she keeps positive effects on your team, right? And she can place a defense or speed down debuff, which is helpful. And then Blackhorn probably has focus as well, so he can place the attack down debuff as well as maintain everyone's HP. That's what I assume this is going to be for, and that's a really good thought process here. As well as, you know, we have this other team over here where we have a cleanser, we have bleeds, right? And then we have Virgil. What's Virgil do? I think he does silence and a couple other things, right? If I remember correctly. Characters like this that do one with Edicris is with this chance to remove one positive effect on an A1. That's super impactful. It's going to be needed. Debuffers are going to be always impactful for this type of a boss fight. Let's go talk about there's a few other characters that I'm kind of blanking on right now. I didn't have as much time to prepare as I normally do. Virgil, Arcane Sanction, it actually does a lot of damage. Once again, it removes one of their positive effects. So Virgil can strip one again and then does the rage, right? And then the rage, do the silence. Silence isn't going to land on the boss, unfortunately. So it doesn't do a whole lot of not a lot of good there. But it still is a guaranteed A1 stripper, which is kind of why you want to bring him in there. So Virgil and Edicris are going to be probably the top tier. I would definitely recommend them going in there. Or Godfairy. If you have Godfairy, he's going to be a super great comp as well, because he's going to just prolong ultimates. As well as he's going to do strips, right? He's going to do a lot of stripping from the boss, which is definitely helpful. I would definitely recommend doing them or using them. I also, when I did mine, I was using Jonathan, actually. Or sorry, not Jonathan, Thomas. I was using Thomas because Thomas also has a 50% chance to remove one positive effect. He can also place defensive down 2, as well as, well, I guess the stun doesn't work. But he can grant 2 shields upon taking 30% of max damage. Then that gives him a buff, is my thought process. But the 50% shield or remove buff was what I was thinking, as well as just the counter attacking with doing more damage and the 50% chance of removing one positive effect again. So we're kind of like, we're double upping on it, right? It's not as guaranteed as like an Edicris in them, but I know he can do a lot of damage, as well as he can place this defensive down 2, which is going to help do, help scale your damage a lot more, right? So basically, the kind of champions you're going to be looking for in this type of fights is someone who places a lot of debuffs, strips, and, you know, cleanses. So in this case, what I'm taking in and what I'm using currently, and I'm actually building an Edicris because I think he's going to be really impactful for this, is I'm trying to come in here. I have my my brand here. I need to swap this comp completely. Because this isn't going to do me, this comp right here didn't do a whole lot of damage. I mean, it does a lot of damage because it is what like the way it's geared. However, I need a stripper. I need someone who's going to strip the buffs on the enemy, and unfortunately this team will not do that for me. However, I feel like if I can get a little bit more focus on Molhex, he would be viable for this one, and then Opal, and then this way this would work well. I would probably swap out Opal and you know, bring in like probably Virgil. Or, to be honest, I think I have a built Virgil. Yeah, I got a 50 Virgil. I could kick him up really quickly, finish his glyphs tonight, and then tomorrow I can use him as well as Edicris. But this would be a really good one to use because Arcane Sanction, this ability, I don't know if you guys understand this, but it does a lot of damage. This character will convert 4 rage at the end of the turn into a bonus turn. Grants this character a 20% chance to apply Arcane Sanction. Arcane Sanction restores 10% of max health to the caster while this character takes damage equal to 20% of the max health and suffers silence for 1 turn upon casting any ability with a cooldown. Basically what this means is it equals 20% of the max health, and it does a lot of damage. So it's scaling. The problem, however, is the exchange, right? The exchange is not that great. So you kind of got to worry about how much damage you can actually do. it's one of those very impactful in certain situations. In this case, it's going to be a good situation. Virgil's going to shine in this moment. Edicris is going to shine in this moment because they can do the stripping, which is going to help with the survivability, right? I definitely recommend bringing some sort of healer, some sort of shielder. This bottom combination here that I have is Yolanda, Hakarin, and Urzog. Thomas. This didn't work as well as I really thought it would. I thought it'd be super, super like clutch. Thomas did a great job. I feel like he was a good one to bring in. I know Yolanda's a good one for sustainability. I need, however, a stripper, and I need a little bit more debuffs going on for this composition. So I'm probably going to rework it a little bit to figure out a little bit more of what to do here in this situation, because we've got to get more debuffs. I know I have Tia. She can bring in some like frozen frost, but I can't freeze the boss, which is kind of makes this a little harder. Champions like maybe Bulin would probably shine here, right? Because we can put up induction, and then on top of induction, she's going to have her immune that she places on herself, and she's going to have that shield constantly, right? She also has the A1 that removes a positive effect. So she also is no different than like Edicris and everyone else, where she can do an A1 strip, but on top of that, she can do like her lightning shield, which is a buff on her, right? Which then goes towards the multiple buffs. And induction will allow the boss to take more damage every time they're hit. So Bulin's going to be a super impactful one on this one. I totally forgot about Bulin. It's definitely a good one to use. Actually, I'll probably build her up, and I'll probably try running her, and we'll see what we can get with her, honestly. But high target, high damage dealing targets are going to be really, really good. Unfortunately, Imogen, even though I love my girl here, she could do a lot of damage for you because of she does have a built-in strip here, and she got the joint attacks. However, she just doesn't do enough of a stripping ability to really make it worth it, and she can't really do, like, she's not placing any debuffs, right? So she's not going to do us very much good there. Unfortunately, I can't use my girl that I really would like to. But the other thing to note here is you just got to make sure you're balancing out your characters correctly. So I would recommend like 2 DPS, a support character, and maybe a healer, or just a massive shielder. In this case, I'm going to bring in Brand as a cleanse and support unit. I'm probably going to leave my Molhex in here because I think he can do a tremendous amount of damage for me. And I may actually bring in Bulin in this case and allow Bulin on this composition here. So that way she can put up those inductions and do that stripping for me. And then she'll put up 1 debuff. We're going to have William is going to put up defensive down with Molhex always putting down the defensive down. Plus we'll have Brand doing the attack down. So that's going to give us at least 4 buffs or 4 debuffs, right? 3 debuffs, 4 debuffs. Yeah, 4 debuffs, something like that. Which is going to help. That's going to make it to where, like I was saying here earlier with this whole, what to note here with the abilities. 4 negative effects at the end of the turn. Elemental power reduces damage taken by 50%. So if we can get the 4 negative effects, then he takes more damage. So that's what we kind of want to do. And that to me seems like a good plan, is to run something like this. Then we need to fix this one here. So what I'll probably do is we'll do a Thomas combination with, I'll probably leave Yolanda in here for the sustain and the extra turns. We'll take Hakarin out because he's not going to do a taunt or anything good. I would love to leave Urzog in here, but I don't think he's going to do me much good. I mean, he's got increased damage taken, which I guess is a debuff, right? Unhealable as well, no positive effects. So actually, he's going to work out good. He's going to have 1, 2, 3 debuffs to potentially put on. So we can leave him in that rotation. That'd be pretty good. And that gives me like 2 DPS with a built-in kind of support. With the shielder, we should probably get a little bit more if we can. Maybe bring in a Blackhorn here. Now, if we bring in the Blackhorn, that gives us attack down. Yeah, that'll give us the attack down, heal over time, which is going to be a buff for us. Okay, I think these are the teams I'm going to try, and we're going to see how it goes. Mainly because Bulin, she's already skilled up. But I will test out with Virgil and Edicris. We'll come back later. We'll see how it works and let you guys know. But I did want to let you know the kind of the theory crafting behind this, the breakdown of the skills, the abilities, what you guys should know about what to run on your compositions. I'm going to try this. I'll let you know. I'll have an updated video tomorrow where basically what's going to happen is I'm going to run something really quickly because I'm almost out of time. And then tomorrow I'm going to play around with it throughout the day while I'm at work to kind of see if I can't dial in a much better team that's going to be solid for you guys. So stay tuned. All right, so like I said, we went ahead, we built Boolean real quick. I actually was able to get this done before the end of the turn, which is awesome. So this so far, it looks like it's going to work out pretty okay. I got the turn order correct. I wanted Mulhex last, so this does work out. We're stacking buffs on us, which is good. We only have one debuff on him, which is kind of unfortunate. I think we need to have a lot more. We do have an induction going and defensive down. He only has 2 buffs on him, which is good. There we go. So now we got 4 buffs on us here and there. That's impactful. That's helpful. Let's see, just see what we can get here. All right. So far, health-wise is doing pretty good. Boolean's doing a little bit of damage for us there with that induction. Now, is Boolean landing the strips, I wonder? It looks like she is. I mean, he's only got the 1 buff, which is good. We definitely don't want to see him getting more than that, so that's awesome. And we're definitely stacking up more and more health. Okay, defense down. Awesome. Attack down there, induction. That's 3 debuffs landed right there, right? That's exactly what we want. And the more damage taken. All right, so all right, I think we're gonna do okay. I think this team may do maybe it'll do a decent amount of damage. I mean, so far we're at round 5 and we're about 145k, yeah, 151k in damage wise. That's not terrible. I feel like there could be better damages, but not worse. Okay, so now he's up to 4 or 5 buffs, so we got to strip him. So we really need, so what we need is we need Boolean to go a couple of times here. That's not the ability I think I wanted her to use, right? Because he just dodged that. That's not helpful, even in the slightest. We got the defensive down landed there. Now he's got too many buffs, so he's gonna really hit us hard. Yeah, so as soon as he got those buffs up, it was GG. Unfortunately, so we only made it to 162k damage. Let's keep going here, see what we got. So it looks like, all right, Urzog is gonna have the most attack, which is good. So he's gonna get the bonus turns from Yolanda. All right. Now we're gonna really rely on Thomas here to not stack up the buffs. Like you saw, as soon as the boss got the buffs, it was GG as far as damage taken. So let's see what we end up with here. So far, we're only at 214. Seems a little low. It says it's A ranked. It still seems pretty low in my opinion. I feel like I should have a lot more damage, but like I said, we're gonna do a lot of playing around, a lot of synergizing. We're gonna figure out exactly what teams seem to work the best for this. Because I know there's a good chance that we could get some really good stuff going, right? I know we could do a lot of good stuff. Thomas is not landing a whole lot of his buffs or debuffs, which is a little discerning. And we're gonna get wrecked. Okay, well, it didn't one shot us. That's good. That is good. No positive effects is up. Okay, so we're doing kind of okay. We're managing. We are managing as of right now. But yeah, we're hanging in there. We're relying very heavily on Thomas's strip here. I don't know how I feel about this. This is it's maybe a little much, to be honest. We'll see. One, two. We're still only consistently having just a couple of debuffs up though. I really want to see us get like the 4 debuffs up there. That way he takes so much more damage. Without that, we're kind of limiting ourselves, you know? We're not really utilizing what we got here to the core, unfortunately, because yeah, like right now we have 1 stacked up. There's defensive down 2 there. And we missed a strip. So now we're gonna take true damage again. That hurt us. That did a lot of damage to us there. So so you really have to do, I wonder, it almost seems like maybe it's more impactful to keep one of your stripper on like A1 abilities. Like turn off the ultis for it. I mean, yeah, you could manual. You could always manual. But let's be honest here. You know I'm not manualing, guys. You know, anyone watching this video right now knows that, yeah, I'm not going to manual a thing. So let's go ahead. I guess we'll play it out. See what the damage is. Maybe we'll see how much damage we did. Maybe we did a decent amount of damage here and there, and we'll figure out what champion was the winner for us. Okay, so it says it's a new record, so that means we did more damage than we did before. It doesn't show us a battle report. That's a bummer. Leaderboards, yeah, I'm third on my guild, which is, I guess, is okay. But it seems really, really low. We got people all the way up to millions already. It looks like, okay, here we go. So they're using Ignite, Bleeds, Edicris for strips. Okay. This seems like a legit team here. And then the second team with the Abaddon. Okay, so I see what they're trying to do here. It makes sense with the Agile Leap. So they're manualing this composition right here for sure. But yeah, I could see how that does a lot of damage. There's my girl Boolin. I was just talking about her, so someone else noticed that as well. All right, interesting. So yeah, we got some things we could do. We got some people doing some other things that make sense. I'm curious to see how this one did so much damage. I know she does a lot of damage, he does a lot of damage, so maybe the combination with the stripping, that's how that one works. Interesting. I love the theory crafting here. Not everything is the same. Not everyone is using the same exact composition. I'm loving it. This new content, I think it's gonna be good for us. I think it will be. All right, thanks for watching. Peace.